So today's a good day. Somebody looked out for the next guy. The next guy actually is me. So I got Miss Emmy out here working today. We had a customer that what they did, I'll show you what they did here. They been using keypads, which worked. I mean, it did the job, right? Competition. They didn't make it. They didn't meet the cut. So what we're doing is we're actually going to replace that gooseneck stand because it got busted off. Somebody drove over it. So they went with the keypads for quite a while, but now it's time to upgrade, and we're going to actually put some regular AK11 keypads on it. So we're going to working good. I'm really happy though. There was conduit. I know guys in the past that have just dug the wires in the ground and just let the wire just hang out there. So this really helps out. The only thing they could have done better is if they would have routed the wires with 90s a little better. This T screwed us up, but I'm still happy it's there because it saved us from having to basically really excavate all the ground here. You know, you can see that wouldn't be no fun. So it's working out good. They abandoned this building back here. Somebody else bought it. So there used to be wires. So I get why they did what they did with the T, but we're here to make it right. We're going to fix it up and they'll be happy and good for winter. Take care. What's up, you guys? Are you there? Am I coming in loud and clear for you? Oh, on my knees. You ever notice when you have kids how life always changed? Now, before I had kids, just before I had kids, I was always conscious of these things. But you ever notice, like, I just took off this keypad. I'm at this job still. It's the next day. I took off the keypad, right? But I put the screws back in for the customer in case he has a, you know, I'm always looking for like that emergency plan. Like, oh my gosh, the keypad quit working. We got to go back to the old keypads. And you know how it is if you're out here in the kind of the boondocks. You know, you're looking for screws, you don't have them. Well, they're back in the post where they belong. Anyways, I wanted to kind of follow up with this video I did yesterday because I was going to make a little short video, but then I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go a little more in depth on it. And I wanted to talk to you about some of the reasons why you don't want to be a contractor. And I'm teaching these to my kids. I'm teaching it to my younger generation that's around me. And I think it's so skewed. I know I did it to myself, right? At one time, you know, it's like you look at these jobs and you're looking at the dollars, right? You look at it and you go, oh my gosh, you're making so much money. You know, on this one job, they just pulled, you know, $400, $800, $1,200, $5,000, you know, and they only pay me a measly whatever, right? But you don't realize all the stuff behind the scenes. And what I mean is just like for today, for instance, right? This has got to be reorganized, right? For just this one job, I had this all cleaned up, ready to go. Now it started raining yesterday. So I had to throw the stuff in here so it didn't get wet. You know, the back of the trailer now, there's just miscellaneous. I got a little bit of garbage in here and stuff that I got to go through. Another thing, another bin that's got to be gone through. And I know it's kind of one of those things, oh, it's just the cost of doing business, but you normally don't factor in all this stuff. Normally, right, when you're a contractor, it's hustle, 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 go, 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 next one, next one, next one. And then one day, all of a sudden, it's, you know, flat tire, it's burned out wheel bearing, it's a vehicle accident, it's the trailer so rusted that I you know, and these are the things you just, you know, you got to sell these things, you got to turn these things, you got to put stickers on things. I'm telling you, just from my heart, I understand we have to make a living, right? I'm making a living, and I'm gonna put this stuff under here for them. I'm just gonna leave it there. Some scrapper will probably steal it, but at least it's here. I left it on the job site. But what I'm getting at is that there's just so many things. You know, I went and bought cobweb or something on me, maybe a girl's hair. Don't tell my wife. Probably one of the kids. I went and got you know, the little things I went above and beyond. I went and got a Ziploc bag for the instructions for them, so it doesn't get all dirty. Because this operator is just dirty. This is our first time servicing it. It's kind of a mess. So, but what I'm getting at is that, you know, you need all these tools, and then you need these tools to be in good operation, right? You know, because you don't want to be out on the job and you don't want it to fail on you. So now you got to keep up with the Jones, is what I kind of say in a sense. And so, like, you know, like right here, I picked up a pop can for him out here, you know, another mess. There's just so many things you want to be looking at, like passive, Look at passive. Dividend stocks, rentals, vending machines. The problem is this stuff, you know, one day you're not going to be able to do this. It's physical. It's very physical work. And, you know, it's like I was watching a guy that does a car dealership, and he had a good point about how we've as business owners and that we've been hustling. You know, when everything shut down, maybe people took time off. And for the people that didn't, my hat's off to you, you know, and thank you. But it grinds on you, right? It just grinds on you. And it's been a hustle. It's like you're doing twice the amount of work for not twice the amount of pay, that's for sure. So, and everything just keeps going up, and you're just transferring the increase of the cost of the materials just to the customer in a sense, but you're not really accruing more for your labor, not as fast as the inflation's going. So I just wanted to stop in here for a second, talk to you guys, and tell you that, you know, if you're young and you're like, oh, you know, this is, it is a good life. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a lot better than being in a shop. It's a lot better than being in a cubicle, but they're still better yet. And if you can start training your mind, see, the thing is, you build a vortex, right? When you start doing this, then everybody starts, it's like it gets in your blood, right? You just can't get away from it. It's like it always sucks you back in. And so I'd rather the next generation start thinking ahead now that we have this technology called YouTube, YouTube University. We can learn from each other. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna close this up. I oiled it. I adjusted the chain with no extra charge. You know, I was a good doobie. I straightened out the poles out there. So my truck's detached from the trailer. They had a couple bent posts. I got the keypads on. Like I said, the chain was dragging so hard. I'm not gonna show you, but there's a sprocket back there that was really twisted. It was putting so much strain on it. I just couldn't leave it. And I don't know if there's a reason why they're doing this. I see an extra belt down here, and maybe they just don't know there's only one belt on here. I don't know. You know, I don't know why they got it that way. It's kind of a new customer. It's one of those things we're treading water still. We might still get a huge fence job out of it, but, you know, it all depends on them. See how it goes. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.